You are being controlled, not by parents, not by society, but by people who don't even care about you. You've changed, people notice, and suddenly they have something to say. But here's the truth. The moment you stop caring, everything changes because you finally start living for yourself. I get it. You want people to understand you, support you, approve what you are doing. But here's the harsh truth. The most significant waste of time is explaining your decisions to someone whose life you don't even want. So why do we do it? And more importantly, how do we stop? Let's break it down. Most people don't actually hate what you are doing. They hate that you are doing what they couldn't. When you take action, you expose where they hesitated, and that makes them uncomfortable. They need you to fail to prove to themselves their excuses were valid. Because if you succeed, it forces them to ask a painful question. What if I could have done it too? Imagine a friend who always wanted to learn how to play a guitar. They talked about it for years but never picked one up. Then one day you start taking lessons. Suddenly they start questioning you. Are you sure about this? What if you're not good at it? What if it's too hard? They are not worried about you. They are worried about seeing themselves in you. Because if you stick to it, they have no reason why they didn't. Think about your relationships. You decide to set healthier boundaries. They get upset. They accuse you of being distant or not caring. It's not that they hate your boundaries. They're uncomfortable with the mirror you're holding up to their behavior. Because when you change, it forces people to consider their own choices. And that's something most people don't want to do. So what do? Expect it. Once you understand this, it stops feeling personal. It's not about you. It never was. It's about them and their fears. So don't let their fears become your limits. But what if they're not trying to tear you down? What if they're just worried about you? Not everyone is a hater. Some people can't comprehend what they haven't experienced. If they haven't seen someone break the mold, they assume it's dangerous. They assume it's risky. They assume it's impossible. Imagine this. You tell your family you don't want to go to college. You expect them to be excited, but their faces drop. Silence. Then the words hit. Are you sure? That's risky. Do you think it will work out? It's not that they want to crush your dreams, but in their world, success has always been defined by going to school, getting a stable job, and living a predictable life. You just introduce a new part that they don't understand. And when people don't understand something, their first instinct is to fear it. Let's take another example. You decide to learn a new skill, let's say coding, graphic designing, or maybe even trying to learn a new language. Your friends say, why are you wasting your time with that? Just chill and play games. Your family says, that's not going to help you get a good job. Just focus on school. But why? Because in their world, proactively developing skills isn't the norm. If they saw everyone around them actively pursuing self-improvement, they won't think it was strange. They will think it was expected. So when they see you stepping up, it's not that they hate what you are doing. They don't just recognize it as possible. So how do you handle it? Don't waste time trying to explain it to them. Just show them. If someone hasn't seen a seed grow into a tree, no explanation in the world will convince them. But if you plant it and let them watch it grow, they will never doubt it again. People often struggle to believe in the unseen. Becoming the proof is powerful, but other forms of evidence and a degree of self-belief are often necessary too. When people say you can't, they really mean I don't understand how. Lack of belief isn't rejection, it's just unfamiliarity. All this is wasted if you don't accept this harsh reality. No one needs to say yes for you to win. You don't need permission, not from your friends, not from your family, not from anyone. The most successful people in history, they move forward without approval. They didn't wait for a green light. They didn't ask, is this okay? They just went for it. Look at Steve Jobs. He was fired from his own company. Elon Musk laughed at building electric cars. Oprah told she wasn't fit for TV. Michael Jordan cut her from his high school basketball team. J.K. Rowling, it was rejected 12 times until Harry Potter was published. They didn't wait, they acted. Imagine this, you start sharing your artwork. Your friends clown you. They make fun of your style. Someone says, bro, why are you even trying? A year passes. You become really good at your craft. You found your voice. You struggle with finding your own style, but you kept on going. Now, those same people who mocked you are asking you for commissions. You didn't need their approval to start, but now they want yours. But hold up. Does this mean you should ignore everyone? Not exactly. There is a smart way to filter opinions. This leads us to the next point. Choose who you listen to. Some opinions do matter, but not from random people who don't even know what they're talking about. Not from people who give up their own dreams. Not from people whose only expertise is tearing others down. If someone isn't where you want to be, why take their advice? If they haven't walked the path, why let them tell you where the path leads? Before you take advice, ask yourself, would I trace places with this person? If the answer is no, the opinion is irrelevant. It's really that simple. Let's say you decide to stop pretending to like something just to fit in. Maybe it's a specific type of music, a TV show, or maybe just a group of people. You tell your friend who always goes along with the crowd. Immediately they say, Don't be weird, just go along with it. It's easier that way. The funny part, they are secretly tired of pretending too. Meanwhile, someone comfortable being themselves hears your decision and says, good for you. It takes courage to be authentic. You will find people who appreciate you for who you are. Same situation, different advice. One is based on fear of social rejection, the other is based on self-acceptance and the belief in finding genuine connection. Criticism from the wrong people is just noise. If they are not ahead of you, they are not qualified to judge you. Take advice from people who have done it, not people who have only doubted it. And if that means working alone for a while, so be it. Because loneliness is temporary, alignment is long-term. At some point, you'll feel like no one understands you. Like you're moving in one direction, everyone else stays the same. It's uncomfortable, but it's also necessary, because growth, it creates distance. When you decide to level up, things shift, conversations change, priorities change, the way you see the world changes, and the people around you, they might not be on the same wavelength. That's when you start to feel the isolation. But here's the thing, every ambitious person goes through this. You start focusing on self-improvement and suddenly your old friends don't get it. You stop wasting time and now you are too serious. You start setting goals and they think you are doing too much. At first it's frustrating, but over time you realize you are not losing people, you are just outgrowing what no longer fits. Let's say you decide to take your health seriously. You start eating better, hitting the gym and avoiding bad habits. Suddenly your old friends start saying, bro, why are you so obsessed? Come on, one cheat day won't hurt. You've changed, man. They are saying, I don't have time to do this, so I hope you quit too. But if you stay the course, something amazing happens. One day you walk into the gym and meet people who actually think like you. Now, instead of judgment, you have support. Instead of criticism, you have encouragement. Instead of feeling alone, you feel aligned. Be ready to walk alone, but not forever. Growth attracts growth. Stay the course. Loneliness isn't a dead end, it's just a transition. And when those new people start showing up, that's when you realize it was all worth it. Now you know exactly how to handle people who doubt you. But there is one problem. None of this matters if you can't stay consistent. You might be fired up right now, but let's be honest, motivation always fades. If you don't know how to build discipline, you end up right back where you started, falling into the same old habits, repeating the same cycle. So if you are serious about making real progress, click the video on the screen. I'll show you how to build discipline so fast it feels illegal. Remember, the path is yours to walk, and as always, I'm in your corner rooting for you.